Good morning, students. Myself Deepa Nagpal is again back today with the explanation of the fourth part of your chapter, What is Democracy? Why Democracy? Today I will be telling you something about the demerits of democracy. Though they are very few in number, since I have already told you that democracy is the most prevalent form of government. But still, the first demerit or the arguments against democracy is that in democracy, the leaders keep on changing. So as the leaders change, the government changes and the policies also change, which causes instability in the government. The second reason for which democratic government is criticized is that in democracy, the decisions are delayed. Why? The reason is, in a democratic government, all the decisions are taken after consultation and discussion, which takes a lot of time. So this gives rise to delayed decisions. The third reason for which democratic government is criticized is that democracy is all about political competition. That means the people who are fighting elections, they just want to get power. They do not want to serve the country. So, they do not have the feeling to serve the people. Hence, there is no scope for morality in this type of government. The leaders make it a profession rather than service to the nation. The fourth argument against democracy is that in democratic government, the leaders are selected from the common people, since it is a government of the people. Now, the person who is selected may not know the interest of the people. He may take bad decisions also, since it is not necessary that everybody has the leadership qualities, everybody has leadership abilities and skill to take correct decisions. So this may cause a failure of the government in some cases. Moreover, in a democracy, the people select the government, and it is not essential that the people may know what is good for them. That is, they can also take wrong decisions, which affects the smooth running of the government. So these were some of the demerits. I hope you are going through the previous videos, which will help you in the better understanding of the chapter. After telling you about features, merits and demerits of democracy, I am now going to tell you about the broader meaning of democracy. The broader meaning of democracy means democracy is not only applicable to the government, it is also applicable to other organizations like family. In family, whenever a decision is taken, all the members' opinion counts equally. Then only the decision is taken. Every member has a equal say in the decision making. And if you go to see in class also, democracy is applicable. How? When in a class, every student gets a chance to ask questions, to give answers. That is, all are equally getting a chance to express their views. Again, this shows the applicability of democracy. That means democracy is not only applicable in government, but it is also applicable in different spheres of life. One more application of democracy can be seen in today's world, where the countries are very big, having abundant population. When the condition is such, it is very difficult for all the people of a country to sit together to take any decision. Nor they have time, skill and desire to take part in the decision. So what we do is, the First, the citizens or the people of a country elect a representatives. Now, these representatives take decisions, participate in decision making on behalf of the people. So, we can see that in this type of representative democracy, this is called representative democracy. In this type of democracy, the people do not rule, but their representatives rule. So, this was the end of the chapter. I hope you don't have any doubts. If you have any doubts, let us know through the apps.